Texas Rangers Immaculate Grid next here on the Texas Rangers Clubhouse. Hey everybody, my name is Jeff Bates from the Texas Rangers Clubhouse, where we play Texas Rangers version of Immaculate Grid. Talk about the Texas Rangers, talk about Major League Baseball, talk about everything else on my mind, baseball related. Hope you enjoy the channel. Thanks for being here. Let's get going. If you're new to the show, we play Immaculate Grid. Add Texas Rangers to whatever they ask. So today they've got on the top row, Baltimore Orioles, 300 plus batting average for a season, first round draft pick. Along the left, they got the Reds, the Braves, and the Giants. For all of our game, we add Texas Rangers to each grid. It's pretty simple. Sometimes it's not so simple. The idea is simple. The players not so much sometimes, but it's fun. Let's play. Top left, we have the Orioles and the Reds. Yovani Gallardo, local guy. I think he was from Fort Worth. I live in Fort Worth. He played for the Orioles. He played for the Reds. He played for the Texas Rangers. He had a couple good seasons. I think he was on Team USA. I remember a baseball card where he was on Team USA, or I guess, I don't think he was on Team USA. Maybe he was on Team Mexico. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just remember liking this kid a lot. He threw hard. I really thought he was going to be a superstar. He had a couple good years. Whatever. Top left, Yovani Gallardo. 300 plus batting average as a Red. Also played on the Rangers. That got kind of tough. I had to look this one up. I couldn't think of anybody at all. Roberto Kelly fits nicely there. Top right, one of my favorite people to pick. I got to be honest with you. I kind of want to get a Rangers Nitkowski jersey maybe. So I just like our TV guys, the Texas Ranger TV guys, Dave Raymond and CJ Nitkowski. And CJ works for this game because he played for big list of teams. He was also a first round draft pick, highly touted coming out of the draft. The Reds took him in the first round. The Rangers hadn't pitched for him a little bit, and he's still our TV announcer. And he responded to a tweet I asked, hey, what the heck with Bally's and that entire mess? Are you and Dave going to be back? And he guaranteed, yes, they all will be back. So that's good news. Whatever. Top row, Gallardo, Kelly, and Nitkowski. I put CJ in there whenever I can, and I know he plays Immaculate Grid. Do you play Rangers version, CJ? I don't know. Let's find out. Orioles, Braves, starting out the middle row. Kevin Millwood. This guy had a pretty good career. I think of him as a Brave. He had some decent time here in Texas. Kevin Millwood was an Oriole and a Brave and a Ranger, and he fits nicely. Atlanta Brave, who hit 300 and was a Ranger. I had to look this one up. I've had to look up a lot. Did I look up all of them today? No, I didn't look up all of them. I looked up most of them on today's grid because this is a tough grid, but the center cut today, the Braves, 300 batting average, and he played for us. Jeff Burrows, who I never met, but I met his son. I think he was a first round draft pick. Speaking of first round draft picks, for the Padres, got him to autograph a ball at spring training a few years back. Jeff Burrows, believe he was the MVP, 74 or something? Whatever, had a nice career. He's center cut today. Braves, 300 batting average for a season, and the Rangers. Finishing out the middle row, you had to be a first round draft pick of the Braves. And you had to play for us. This is an easy one. This is Frenchie. I love this guy. He's funny. He was funny as a ball player. He's funny on the radio. Is he a Brave play-by-play guy? I think he's a Brave play-by-play guy. Whatever. I hear him on Sirius XM, the MLB channel now and then. He had a good career. He had a little power. He had a good arm. Jeff Francoeur ends the middle row for us today. Let's get to the bottom row. We got the Orioles and the Giants, and of course us. I had to look this one up. Who got traded for John Smoltz? Doyle Alexander would be the answer. And he's the answer for our bottom left row. Oriole, Giant, and Ranger. Doyle Alexander fits there. Bottom row. Okay, this one I didn't have to look up. Finally, this was a tough one. I looked up most of these, like I said. Who was a Giant who hit 300 and played for the Rangers? Pretty simple one. Will Clark, one of the prettiest swings of all time. Also hilarious on social media now. I guess he's got a podcast. Whatever. I see clips of him on Instagram all the time. He is a funny dude. I've heard some stories about him. A buddy of mine, Tom Morton. Hey, Tom, are you out there in internet land? Tom Morton, I played ball with him. I went to elementary school with him. I went to high school with him. Stud linebacker, gave me a concussion in practice once. Still love you. It's okay. He played ball at Tulane. He actually had set an RBI record at Tulane. And he got to meet Will Clark. Will Clark, who I guess went to Mississippi State. I think he was already in the majors when Tom was, I don't know. I don't want to screw up the story because I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But he had some neat interactions with Will Clark and hanging out with Tom back in the day. I got to hear some of them a long time ago. Probably couldn't restate those stories because I wouldn't even know what was true. It's been so long. Old guy syndrome. But who hit 300 for the Giants and played for the Rangers? Will the Thrill Clark. Let's end today's grid. Bottom right, you had to be a Giant first round draft pick and play for the Rangers. If I can find a guy who's on the active team, I almost always will put them there. Chris Stratton, who has one of my favorite walkout songs, Need to Breathe. Chris Stratton, giant first round draft pick, current Ranger. Well, I guess, is he a current Ranger or is he a free agent? I'm not really sure. 2023 Ranger anyway. He's going to get a ring. Not this one. He gets a World Series one. That's today's grid. You got Giovanni Gallardo, Roberto Kelly, and CJ Nikowski on the top row. You got Kevin Millwood, Jeff Burrows, and Jeff Francoeur, two for Jeffs on the middle row. And you got Doyle Alexander, Will Clark, and Chris Stratton on the bottom. That's today's Texas Rangers version of Immaculate Grid. Let me know, who did you put in your grid? Who did I miss? Anybody who's specifically your favorite? Let's see. For today, my favorite, well, Will Clark. He's always been a favorite. I'm a big CJ fan. I'm a big Chris Stratton fan. Heck, I like Jeff Burrows because I met his kid and he was pretty nice to me. This is a fun grid today. Thanks for watching. Have the best day ever. You should subscribe to the channel because it's free today. And I have a special for Black Friday and Thanksgiving and the holidays. Also free. So subscribe today and put a smile on my face.